It sure is beautiful outside on this gorgeous, sunny Monday, October 2nd. So today I wanted to go over the energy shifts that we're going to be feeling over the course of this next week because we're going to really begin to feel some major shifts next week. So this week, there's things are there are there's going to be a lot of carryover energy from the last couple of months, and Mercury's going to be changing signs here in a couple of days. So beginning next month, there's going to be a lot of planets shifting signs, and some of them are going to feel a little challenging than others, and there's also a couple of aspects that are happening next week that are going to be keeping us on our toes. So this week, I think this is even though it's the first week of October, it's really this wrapping up period of what we've been experiencing for the last couple of months. There have been so many planets in retrograde, and we're going to be feeling those shifts of not just retrograde and those planets being, over, however, more of they're getting ready to change signs. So for an example, Virgo has been in Leo for the last couple of months, and now she's going to be moving into next week. She's going to be moving into Virgo, which is going to feel incredibly different. So Venus, the planet of love and relationships and the things that we value, she has been in very loud, very bold, very dramatic Leo for a little while now, the last couple of months, as I had mentioned. And so next week when she goes into Virgo, very practical, subtle, pragmatic Virgo, it's going to feel very, very different. And it could just really feel a little unsettling. So with the Venus things, so my suggestion for you is, or my even a challenge for you, is to look at the house where Venus is currently in. So look at your Leo house in your chart and see how that's going to shift. So essentially, we've got a week before she shifts signs. So if you're enjoying this Leo energy in your life, then you definitely want to maximize on it before she changes signs. And let me just take a look at my notes to see when she changes signs. So October 8th is when she goes into Virgo. So we've got a week to be able to, let's say, for an example, Venus is in Leo in your third house, which would be all about communications. You would want to maximize communications. And if you do any type of podcasting, or if you do any type of things that, you're putting yourself out there, Venus in Leo is a great way to be able to just really show yourself off in a positive light. And so we've got a week left to be able to do that, especially if that's your communication house. So if it's, so just really want to look at the various placements of how that's going to affect you for those various themes, because just a great way to be able to use this energy of this week to be able to help you, push on through before a lot of things shift up. So this week, Mercury, which has been in Virgo for the last couple of months, Mercury loves Virgo. He rules Virgo. He is at home in Virgo. So he's able to be extra analytical. He's able to just be very precise. He's really able to get into the details of things, uncover things in the way that he really enjoys, at a very micro level, which would be the Virgo side of the Mercury placement there, his house there. He rules both Virgo and Gemini. So Gemini is more of a larger look at things, where Virgo is very detailed. So if you've been feeling very, very detail oriented over the last couple of months, that would be why. So just really, he really definitely helps communications and the way that we're able to manage our communications and how we speak about things and dig into our subject matters. So he really, really helps with us. And on October 4th, so in 2 days, is when he transitions out of his home in Virgo and goes into Venus ruled Libra. So he's going to take on some more Venus themes, which is okay. However, he's not as strong there. So you've got a couple of days to really maximize the energy of this Virgo Mercury energy. So anything around communications, if you are, if you've got a thesis to write, for an example, and you're wanting to get it done this week, you're going to want to get it done the next couple of days. Or if you are working on, putting together a business plan, or if you're working on things that just require more detail around communications, in an everyday sense, then it's just a great way to be able to maximize that before he moves out of Virgo into Libra. So beginning next week on the 8th, there's going to be a lot of changes that are going to be happening, and it might feel really uncomfortable. So over this course of the last couple of months with all of these retrograde planets, it's really been a time of remembrance. It's really been a time of just going back over things, reworking things, redoing things, thinking about, we may have had old friends or relationships pop up into our lives. We may have just really, really thought about, things around our ancestors, or even just the way that we've done things, just really thinking about how we do things on a day-to-day basis and the way that we've always done it on a day-to-day basis. So there's really this change up, this shake up that's going to be happening on the 8th. And there's a lot more to come with that. And I'm going to talk about that next week as we get closer to that. So I wanted to get this out today because we just have a couple of days to maximize on this wonderful Mercury energy. So anything around communications, we absolutely want to be able to, if we've got any projects that are sensitive around that, we absolutely want to maximize on this time. And we've got, a week before Venus moves out of Leo and into Virgo, which, she's not nearly as comfortable in Virgo, and it's going to feel very, very differently. So just wanted to make sure that you were all set for that. So I challenge you to use this time wisely, to be able to maximize, and just, this is why I love astrology so much, is we can see the patterns. We can utilize the energy shifts to our advantage. If we see some challenging things coming, like we do next week, we're able to shift things up this week to maybe, adjust and perhaps, think of maybe pushing something into this week versus next week if we're able to, for an example. So if you've got an important meeting that's going to be happening early next week, you might want to try to push for it this week. So anyway, that is what I have for you today. I hope that you are able to enjoy some of this fantastic sunshine. It is really glorious, and I will see you soon. Bye.